We built giant airplanes before smartphones. We landed rockets in space before smartphones. Humans literally walked on the moon in 1969, yet people in the 1980s were still carrying phones that looked like military equipment. So what was happening? Why could humanity build rockets, but not a tiny rectangle that lets you watch memes at 3 a.m.? The answer is actually insane. See, rockets are complicated, but smartphones are secretly more complicated in one very important way. A rocket only needs to work for a short time. You build it, you launch it, everybody screams. Then it either reaches space or becomes an expensive firework. But smartphones, those things need to survive everyday life. Drops, heat, cold water, pocket lint, your 2% battery panic, your uncle downloading 47 flashlight apps, and somehow it still needs to fit in your pocket. That's crazy. The real problem was technology needed to become very tiny first. Back in the day, computers were huge, like room-sized huge. One computer could take up an entire building just to calculate things your phone now does while opening TikTok. NASA computers that help send humans to the moon had less power than modern calculators. That sounds fake, but it's true. The biggest problem was the microchip. Scientists had to figure out how to cram millions, then billions, of tiny electronic switches into something smaller than your fingernail, and every few years they kept making them smaller. Smaller, faster, cheaper, cooler. That took decades. Then came batteries. Old batteries were terrible. Imagine charging your phone for 8 hours just to use it for 11 minutes. That was basically the situation. Then screens were another problem. Touchscreens existed before smartphones, but they were bad, very bad. Some felt like touching a microwave. Others only worked if you pressed them like you were trying to break into a vault. Then the internet was also too slow. Imagine trying to open YouTube, and the video loads next Tuesday. That was early mobile internet, and don't forget cameras. Today people complain if their phone camera misses one eyebrow hair. Meanwhile, old phone cameras looked like blurry UFO evidence. The wildest part? Most of the technology already existed separately. We had phones, we had cameras, we had computers, we had music players, we had GPS, but nobody had successfully shoved all of them into one tiny device without it exploding, overheating, or costing the price of a house. Then eventually technology caught up. Microchips became tiny, batteries improved, internet became faster, screens became better, and finally, boom, smartphones arrived. And now humanity uses one of the most advanced pieces of technology ever created to argue with strangers online and watch dancing raccoons. Honestly, the scientists of the 1960s would probably be very confused.